Using Snehithane, we will understand how we can deal with note corrections, improving the fluency, and also when we are playing a little bit too detailed, at times it doesn't sound like the song, what to do about it. And finally, also understanding the scale, because there is no reason why not to understand the scale and leave all the advantages that come along with it. So, if, for example, make sure that you are reaching the correct note. So in the case of slides and all, it is possible once in a while we may not be too careful with the note, but it has to be. So don't do, it's not good enough. So associated with it is the idea of the scale. So what notes did we use till now? Okay, 4 notes we know, we definitely know we didn't use this one. So that kind of an understanding has to be there. Extending it is what will give you the scale information, meaning okay, now I know what notes have been used. Starting from the lowest one which I played, we can do okay, and from here, etc, etc. So from the song I just found out, okay, we are using first string 3, 4, 8, we got it from the first line, 10 we got it from the second line or word, then we got it from the remainder, and then this too, because this is same as C here what we played, and I just made a scale. Now is it possible that an extra note is used? For example, towards the end of the Pallavi, of course he's using the first string 5th fret, so that is an extra. So we have the basic scale, and then we know that towards the end of the Pallavi he is using it. That is enough. This much of information is useful because now we know we don't have to even think about this note here, never use this one here, don't use this one here. We know so much of which notes not to use, so that when you're doing it fast and when you're doing it like you have so much processing going on, you have only a limited number of things to remember, think about, not the complete fretboard, not even the complete frets on the first or second strings, but exactly, you will never have to play this, and only towards the end of the first song you have to play this. This is very useful. If you have been playing for some time, you know what I mean. If you're just beginning, just start getting into the habit of identifying which notes are being used or which frets and strings are being used. Just slowly being able to arrange it in one particular order will give you the ability to find the scale of the song. That is it. Now, there is a part where in the beginning, if you're trying to do it, it's possible you can only do it at a speed of, and then it may not sound to you as if it is sounding like the real song. It's because just that part of the song you have reduced to a 25% speed or 50% speed, while the remaining of the song you're playing it in a normal speed. So it's like, see, there is a disparity. If you're playing it, that part you're playing it fast, and then you're not playing it so fast enough, then naturally it will sound a little bit it doesn't sound like the song is really being sung. So 2 things. One is understand that this is a thing like, okay, this is what is going on. This is a part with a lot of details, and that is why when you do it very slowly, it doesn't sound like the song. One thing you could do is in the beginning, the first iteration of the song, what you could do is instead of doing so much, you can do first one, just note, let us see here. Okay, I've avoided the whole thing. Now, possible, you're just doing a simple slide. Now we can include instead of doing, you can do 4-3-4 slide. Even the 3-4-1 can be reduced. So reduce some of the details in the beginning to match the speed, so that it sounds more like the way it is sung. And in the later iterations, maybe even after 6 months, you can come back when you have improved your skill through other songs. You can come back and include all the details. So one, it is good that you're realizing it is not sounding like the way it is sung. The reason is because locally you're reducing the speed, maybe because there is too much detail there. How can you improve that? In the first iterations, removes too many of the details. Like if there's a full of slide, you can reduce it into just a slide. Then instead of doing 3-4-1, do like this. you may need a teacher or some kind of a help, maybe even like some kind of correction, sending in your video and getting some correction or something, because it is mainly a teacher's job. Somebody who has done for quite some time can improvise a syllabus, can give the syllabus which matches the student's skill. So it is all something which a teacher has to do at an improvisation level. The teacher's learning hierarchy it is basically. So you can also depend on somebody to do it, but in general you got my idea. So starting with, when you're playing a song, identify if you're playing all the notes correctly. If something is not sounding correct, then see if you need a correction. And one thing you can do is take all that information, put it into a scale. It is possible that some parts of the song the composer may have used an extra note. Consider that also. Then comes the part about fluency, where if it is not sounding like it is being sung, it is possible it is because you're introducing too many delays. One variation of delay is where you are locally reducing the speed of the song, probably because there are too many details. And then instead of playing too many details in the first iteration, say either you just go to a simple note hit variation or simple slide, and then slowly come to iterate it to the final detailed variation. Like I said, the skill develops across the songs. It is not necessary that you get stuck with one song for 6 months, 8 months. No, do a level which is matching your skill level at the time. Because being able to play the song, at least the beginning part of a song from beginning till end, understanding the delay, making it sound more the way it is sung, it is an important skill. It is not enough to randomly just keep on doing abstract exercises, keeping on trying to improve the skill, not getting a final result. It is not good, because primarily when we all started playing the guitar, it was all basically for a performance. We are trying to get a song on the guitar. So somehow getting that skill is also important, that one knows, okay, for the performance variation there are some bottlenecks and this is how I will remove it. My skill will keep on improving as I do a lot of different songs. At the same time, you're also doing the practical variation of it, meaning like also know that you have to be able to play the song. It's not just being sitting with the pieces, phrases again and again trying to get it to a level. It won't really work also, because there is no momentum, there is no motivation, and it's not something which happens in real world also. So these are the things. Use songs. You can think of all these things when you're practicing it. Take the next 1% of your skill improvement, keep going. For any corrections and things like that, look at ragacourses.com. There are some options where you can get the fundamentals bundle, including all the fundamentals you need regardless of what you're playing, which song you're playing, or you can also get into something like corrections. There's an option where you can send in video corrections and all kinds of questions and everything, interacting with me to so that you know exactly what to practice and not just get stuck with this idea about having to play a particular content correctly or not making any improvement. See you in the next videos. Get all the free resources from musiciancell.com/RLO.